नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ. Let us read the mantras. Om ityedadaksharamidakam sarvam tasyopavyakhyanam bhutam bhavat bhavishyati sarvamonkara eva yacchanyatra kalatitam tadapyonkara eva sarvam hetat brahma ayamatma brahma soyamatma chatushpad. जागरदिस्थानो बहिष्प्रज्ञः सप्तांग एकोनविंशतिमुखः स्थूलभुक् वैश्वानरः प्रथमः पादः सप्तस्थानः अन्तःप्रज्ञः सप्तांग एकोनविंशतिमुखः प्रविविक्तभुक् तैजसद्वितीयः पादः यत्र सुप्तो न कञ्चन कामं कामयते न कञ्चन स्वप्नं पश्यति तत्सुषुप्तं सुषुप्तस्थान एकीभूतः प्रज्ञानघनः एव आनन्दमयः आनन्दभुक्चेतो मुखः प्राज्ञस्तृतीयः पादः एष सर्वेश्वर एष सर्वज्ञः एष अन्तर्यामी esha yonihi sarvasya prabhavaha apyayo hi bhutanam. The very same consciousness with potential nama rupa is called pratnya. And the very same consciousness with total potential nama rupa is called antaryami. Esha antaryami. From this antaryami atma alone, the total nama rupa arises. Therefore, this is called total karana rupa atma. Therefore, he is called Sarveshwara. Who is Ishvara? Consciousness with total potential name and form is called Ishvara. Ocean is a name of water. But water under certain condition is called ocean. The water, when it is associated with total samashti rupam, is called ocean. Consciousness is called Ishvara when associated with total nama rupa, potential nama rupa, samashti nama rupa in potential form. When that is associated with consciousness, that is called Ishvara. Esha sarvatnya. He is omniscient, omnipotent. Esha antaryami. He is omnipresent. Esha sarvasya yonihi. This is the material cause of the entire creation. A lot of ideas are packed here. When there is a lump of clay that has all the earthenware in avyakta form, unmanifest form inherent in the lump of clay. That is why Shivalinga and Saligrama worship is considered very auspicious, because Shivalinga is in round form. That round form includes all forms. Spherical form consists of all forms. Therefore, the spherical form is the material form for all names and forms. Therefore, sarvasya yonihi means upadana karanam. What do you mean by upadana karanam? That is explained further. Bhutanam prabhavapyasau. Prabhavapyayau. Upadana karanam means bhutanam, for all living, srishti sthiti laya karanam. So, prabhavapyayau. So again, go back to clay. From the clay alone, all the earthen wares have come. When all of them merges, it goes back to clay alone. All waves emerges from ocean and goes back to ocean alone. Not only srishti karanam, apyaha, layaha karanam also. This is the third pada. If it is srishti karanam and laya karanam, then the intermediary also, sthiti karanam also, is the third pada. Bhutanam means individual jivas here. If third pada is upadana karanam means material cause, then what is the karyam? Means effect. First pada and second pada are the karyam, products. The third pada is karanam. So within these three padas, what is that? Waking, dream and deep sleep. The deep sleep state is the karanam, and dream and waking is karyam. Now what will be the role of the fourth pada then? Gaudapada says, Karya Karana Vilakshanam. Free from cause and effect. Beyond cause and effect means beyond time. Turiyam is absolute, and I am that absolute beyond time. That is our destination. We will come to that slowly. Because Karanam also within time, as the Karanam modify itself to become Karyam, effect. Karyam also exists within time because it is a modified version of the cause. Therefore, Upadana Karanam. One more point, if Tritiya Pada is the Upadana Karanam, what is the Nimitta Karanam? Means intelligent cause. Very rarely we have intelligent cause and material cause one and the same. Like in the Mundaka example, Yathorna Nabhisyate Ghrnate cha. So spider and the web example. Now here the Upanishad says that Tritiya Pada is not only the Upadana Karanam, material cause, the Tritiya Pada is intelligent cause also. How does the Upanishad indicates that? By using the word Sarvatnyaha, Esha Sarvatnyaha, the omniscient one and therefore the intelligent one. Not only with intelligence, but he has the skill also. Thus the third pada, omnipotent, indicate the skill and omniscient indicating the intelligence. Esha Sarveshwaraha means Nimitta Karanam with skills. Sarvatnyaha means Nimitta Karanam with omniscience. And Yodihi means Upadana Karanam. That is the third pada. What is the third pada? Atma Ayam Soyam Atma Chatushpad. I myself play the role of Vishwa and Taijasa. I alone play the role of Pratnya and Antaryami, Ishvara. Therefore, according to Mandukya, Ishvara is a dress that I put on. Before Mandukya, what we thought, the Lord created us as creatures. But what Mandukya says, Lord did not create you, but you are appearing as Lord with Nama Rupa. And if we have to assimilate that, we should know the meaning of the word Aham, I. Means the consciousness. You are the consciousness, put on the 6 dresses. What are they? Vishwa and Virad, Jagrat Avastha. Vishwa is individual, Virad is total. Taijasa and Hiranyagarbha, Swapna. Taijasa is individual, Hiranyagarbha is total. Pratnya and Antaryami or Ishvara, Sushupti. Pratnya is individual and Ishvara is total. All these 6 dresses are put on me. I myself is free from all dresses. Now here on we will see a few verses by the Karikacharya before the 4th pada. Karikacharya is Gaudapadacharya. Behishprajnaha Vibhurvishyo Hyantaha Prajnastu Taijasaha Khanaprajnastatha Prajna Eka eva tritha smrutaha. Now we are going to get 9 karikas before entering into 7th mantra of Mandukya. In these 9 karikas, the first 5 karikas means commentary verses. Gaudapada is summarizing the first 5 mantras, in which Gaudapada has dealt with the first 3 padas, quarters of the Atma. And he clubs all the 3 padas together and presents so that you will have a bird's eye view. In the first karika, he summarizes padatrayam, 3 padas. And in the second karika, he will talk about sthanatrayam, means the location of each pada, namely Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna. Their location is pointed out for the sake of upasana, even though there is no clear location, but for the sake of upasana, a particular part of our body is taken for each pada. It is purely for upasana purpose. And in the third karika, he talks about bhogatrayam. So, sthanatrayam, bhogatrayam. 3 types of experiences experienced in each pada. And in the fourth karika, he talks about triptitrayam. What pleases each pada satisfies each pada. That which pleases each pada, tripyata, 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 is what should be told when you do pitrutarpanam. Who pleases Vishwa, Taijasa and Prajna. This is called Triptitrayam. So Sthanatrayam, Bhogatrayam, Triptitrayam are the contents of the 4 karikas. Now look at the first karika, Padatrayam. Vishwaha Behishprajnaha. The first pada is the waker eye, the gross eye, physicalized eye. Therefore, I am Vishwaha Behishprajnaha, turned outside, extroverted, gross eye. Is the Prathama pada, means waker eye. And this waker eye is Vibhuhu, means Virat. This waker eye itself is called Virat. Vishwa itself is called Virat. When he identifies with total Namarupa, like the president of the country, when he says, I am the president, and put his signature in a contract with China, let us say, there the word I does not mean Mr. Trump, but represent the entire nation, 400 million physical bodies. When he put his signature, it is equivalent to the signature of every one of us. Vibhuhu means the all-pervading one, means Virat. See, in order to have an experience of perception, I want to see you or you want to see me. What is required? I have to exist first. Then you have to exist too. So both of them has to bathe in consciousness. Existence means what? Consciousness. The object of perception and the perceiver both have to bathe in consciousness. Only then perception is possible. Now, what is intermediary? The intermediary is our senses, our mind, our intellect, and ego. But all of them are incapable of functioning without consciousness. So, here Gaudapada Acharya says that consciousness is you. You yourself going through these upati experiences the object which is also nothing but the same consciousness. This is the beauty of this Upanishad. Now the Prathama Pada is Vishwa or Virat. Now the second Pada is Taijasa, the dreamer eye, who is identified with the dream body, which is not a tangible body, but it is made up of thoughts. In the dream, every object is a thought in your mind, and therefore your body also is Vasanamayam. The dreamer eye is Antaprajnaha, is turned inward. My sense organs don't function. I have got a replay of vasanas registered in my mind during Jagrata Avastha. Jagrata Avastha is VCR, video cassette recorder. Swapna Avastha is VCP, video cassette player. In sleep, both are not functioning. Deep sleep, both are not VCR or VCP, both doesn't function. Third Pada, Prajna, who is non-different from Antaryami. Taijasa is non-different from Hiranyagarbha, and Vishwa is non-different from Virat. Prajna, who is non-different from Antaryami, is the sleeper eye. Khana Prajnaha. In the Upanishad, the third Pada was called Prajnana Khanaha. Here Gaudapada make a small difference saying Khana Prajna. Why am I called Khana Prajna? Because all my knowledge merged into one undifferentiated mass of consciousness. That is the sleeper eye. What is the most important thing not said is the most important, not said in the Upanishad, but Gaudapada Acharya adds here, all the three are one and the same consciousness with the three different vesha or namarupa, ekaha eva. One consciousness which is originally called Turiyam, I the Turiyam alone which is known by three different names. If you remove all the three, from your own standpoint, you are the Turiyam. Ekatha eva tritha smritaha. Ekatha eva tritha smritaha. I have different names, but I am one. That is the Tatparya of the first Karika. Now we go to the second Karika. Dakshinakshimukhe Vishyo manasyandastu taijasaha Akashe jahrdi Prajnastita dehe vyavastitaha. Introduced by Gaudapada Acharya, but not in the Upanishad, but it is not his own introduction, as this topic is discussed elsewhere in other Upanishads like Brihadaranyaka, Mandukya, etc. So he borrowed these ideas from there. There it was mentioned about 3 types of upasana in which we meditate upon the oneness of micro and macro, like seeing the oneness of the wave and the ocean. Wave is also water, ocean is also water. The difference is only in the superficial name and form. You forget the name and form, which is superficial. What is there is only water. When you see this aikyam, oneness, it is Veshti Samashti aikyam. This is one of the upasana often talked about. And this is one of the important sadhana because here we discover the individual does not exist separate from total. All our problems are due to this because we do not have a total vision. Once you have that total vision, the narrow vision will disappear. This is called ego thinning meditation. This is very important before Vedanta start to work. Speaking Vedanta is different, but living Vedanta is important. In Taitreya, Shikshavalli, Pankta Upasana, etc. were geared to achieve this, thinning one's own ego. Here, Vishwa Virad Aikya Upasanam and Taijasa Hiranyagarbha Aikya Upasanam, Prajna Ishvara or Antaryami Aikya Upasanam. And this Upasanam needs an invoking locus because it is an abstract idea. For the sake of convenience, we have to have a locus. Like Lord Shiva in the Shivalinga and Lord Vishnu in Saligrama. Similarly, the Upanishad talk about invocation within ourselves. And for this purpose, locus is given for each one. Not in this Upanishad, but in Brihadaranyaka it is given. Gaudapadacharya has taken it from there. May you invoke the waker I upon the right eye. That is the locus. Dakshinaha, right akshihi, eye. Why do we invoke at the right eye only? Why not elsewhere? Because eyes are the most powerful organ which contact the external world. Among all the 5 sense organs, the most powerful organ is the pair of eyes. That's why apple of my eyes, they say no. Even among the 2 eyes, the right eye is more powerful. Therefore, during the waking state, the right eye plays an important role, and hence it is said, Dakshinakshi Mukhe. Mukhe means the opening part of the eye. You should invoke the Vishwa presence there. Vishwa means the consciousness functioning through the right eye. It is an imaginary sthanam for meditation, upasana. Not only that, one should see the oneness of Vishwa and Virat. We are part of the total. Location of Taijasa is Manasi. Taijasa is Manasi Antat Taijasa. It is inside the mind because the entire dream is a projection of thoughts in the mind. We have stored so much in our subconscious mind. Manas means mind, Antaha means subconscious mind. That is why certain dreams come which surprises you because you never thought about it, but must have been recorded in the subconscious before. Therefore, he says, Antar Manasi Taijasa. The Upasaha has to connect the Taijasa to Hiranyagarbha The method of meditation, the Upanishad will talk about it later. We will discuss about it at that time. Now, what about Pratnya, Sushupti, Akashecha Hriti? Mean Hridaya Akashe. During sleep, all our organs are withdrawn into our Hridayam. Even though ears are open, but in deep sleep state, you don't hear anything. Nose is open, but do not smell. In deep sleep state, none of our sense organs register any experience. Indriyams are there, but their power is withdrawn, and they are supposed to reside in the Hridaya Akasha. During deep sleep state, the jiva is in the Hridaya Akasha. That is the location. Thus, in threefold manner, Tritha Dehe Vyavastitaha, in our body, the jiva is located. As Vishwa in the right eye, as Taijasa in the mind, and Pratnya in the Hridaya Akasha. This is for the Upasana purpose only. Now we have seen so far Padatrayam, Sthanatrayam. Now what is next is Bhogatrayam. Vishyo hi sthula bhuka Nityam taijasa pravivikta bhuka Ananda bhuktatha pratnyaha Tata bhogam nibodhata. Threefold experiences, Bhogatrayam, are mentioned. Vishwaha sthula bhuk bhavati. The waker experiences the gross world. This is not projected by the mind, but it is made up of Pancha Mahabhutas, and therefore sthula bhuk, the waker, the Prathama Padaha. Now he talks about Taijasa Bhogaha, Pravivikta Bhuka, means subtle, Sukshma Vishaya Bhokta. Because the dreamer does not contact the Bhautika Prapancha, the physical universe. The dreamer contacts only the crystallized thoughts. Thoughts have become as though tangible in dream, endowed with Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. It is a wonder. Therefore, Sukshma Vishaya Bhogaha. This is dream. What about Pratnya, sleeper? Ananda Bhuktatha Pratnya. Because all the divisions are removed, no more a differentiated person. That is why we love the sleep, because all differences are leveled. It is the universal experience. In sleep we are in Advaitam, because Advaitam alone is Ananda. Dvaitam is not Ananda. Vedadhi bhayam bhavati. The greatest proof is sleep, because in sleep there is Advaitam. In other state there is Dvaitam, therefore Dukkham. Bhagatarnika says, Dvitiyadvai bhayam bhavati. Wherever two, there is fear. In sleep there is Advaita Anubhava. No one lacks Advaita Anubhava. Our problem is not lack of experience. Our problem is lack of knowledge. You are not human being looking for a spiritual experience. You are that spiritual being having a temporary human body. The mistake we make is that we think we are human being and seek a spiritual experience which will never come. Therefore, Ananda Bhuk Tatha Pratnyaha Dastrita Bhogam Nibodhata. May you understand there are Bhogatrayam, Stula Bhogaha, Sukshma Bhogaha, Ananda Bhogaha. Now left is Triptitrayam. Fourth one. Sthulam Tarpayate Vishwam Praviviktam tu Taijasam Anandascha Tatha Pratnyam Tritha Triptim Nibodhata. Tarpayate, to make one satisfied. Sthulam tarpayate, the gross object in the waking state, tarpayate, satisfies the Vishwam, the waker I. Therefore, all the Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandhaha, all to please me alone. The gross object pleases the waker. Praviviktam tu taijasam tarpayate. Subtle objects, mentally projected objects, satisfies the taijasa. Anandaha pratnyam tarpayate. Karana prapancha. In deep sleep there is no division and hence ananda. As long as the food is in the plate, it is dvaita. You and food is separate. And there is no ananda. And when the food and you become one, then there is advaita. And experience of ananda, isn't it? In karana prapancha, there is no vikalpa, and that state pleases the pratnya. Continuing, fifth verse. Trishu dhamasu yat bhojyam bhoktayascha prakirtitaha vede dadubhayam yastu sabhunjano na lipyate. Here Gaudapada says, even that person who knows the three padas very clearly, that person himself will be free from reactions and karma phalams in life. Yaha Vedaha. Suppose a person clearly knows Yat Bhokta Bhojyam Cha, that which is the experiencer and that which is experienced object clearly. Yaha Prakirtitaha, which has been mentioned in the Upanishad, and this Bhokta Bhojyam pair is distinctly available in each state of experience. In the waking state, we have the waker as Bhokta and the gross universe as Bhojyam. In the dream state, Bhokta is the dreamer and the object Bhojyam is the dream world. And in the sleep state, the sleeper is the Bhokta and the object is the Karana Prapancha, which is experienced in the form of Ananda. Whenever in causal state, we are in Ananda. Therefore, Trishu Dhamasu, Dhama means the state of experience, Avastha. Trishu Avasthasu, the experiencer and the experience, all these three pairs. Etat Ubhayam. These three pairs, Yaha Veda, the one who understands. Shankaracharya explained, what do you mean by clear understanding? And he says that the clear understanding is that the Bhokta is one and the same in all the three states. Bhokta, experiencer, even though superficially waker is different from dreamer and dreamer is different from deep sleeper, essentially all the three are one and the same. I, the consciousness principle, only my medium of transaction has changed. I am the consciousness principle functioning through Sthula Shariram medium is the waking experience. And when you stop functioning through this body and this sense organ, you are functioning through Supna Shariram, and naturally the world experience also is different. Therefore, the medium differs, but the one behind the medium, that is Turiyam, never changes. Bhokta ekaha eva. Also the one who knows the objective world. The best example is dream. I divide myself into both experiencer and the world of experience. I don't import object into the dream. Similarly, I am the one appearing as the three pairs. That's one who knows iti yaha veda, has become as good as a jnani, wise man. Saha bunjanaha api na lipyate. That person is not affected by what he experiences. Bunjanaha, bhogam anubhavan, going through varieties of experiences, nalipyate, he is not affected. Why he is not affected? Because he knows I am the consciousness principle who am illumining the objective experiencer, and the illuminator is not tainted by, polluted the illumined object. Like the light is illumining the book, but whatever that is in the book, dust, color, etc., the light is not polluted by that. The illuminating consciousness principle is asangaha, unattached it remains. Thus, this is the result of clearly knowing the three padas. The idea is not given in this Upanishad. This is an additional idea given by Gaudapadacharya. Now, in the following four karikas, Gaudapadacharya is giving the significance of the mantra 6. Sixth karya. Prabhavas sarva bhavanam satamiti vinishchayah sarvam janayati pranaha chetomshun purusha prathak. Sixth mantra is analyzed. It is a very important mantra. In the sixth mantra, it was mentioned that consciousness obtaining in the sushupti avastha is the karana atma. So when I am in deep sleep state, I am called karana or prajna atma, in which everything is in potential state. And when I come to swapna or dream, whatever was in the potential form come to manifest, and again I am in deep sleep state, everything resolves into potential state. And if you extend this idea at the cosmic level, the sleep at cosmic level is called pralaya. Individual sleep is called laya, and cosmic sleep is called pralaya. There are different kinds of pralaya: nitya pralaya, naimittika pralaya, prakrita pralaya, atyantika pralaya. Because four type of pralaya is there. Nitya pralaya is our day-to-day sleep, Nitya pralaya. Naimitika pralaya is Brahmaji's one day. Brahmaji's one day is what? See, one cycle, 4.3 million years. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga put together is 4.3 million years. Like that, 1,000 multiplied by 4.3 million. Okay. That is Brahmaji's waking 12 hours. Another 1,000, he sleeps also 12 hours. Okay. So 2,000 Mahayugas put together is one day of Brahmaji. So Brahmaji goes to sleep, 4.3 multiplied by 1,000, he goes to sleep. When he goes to sleep, all creation also, like we go to sleep, all our world goes to sleep, isn't it? Same way. That is called Naimitika Pralaya. Prakrita Pralaya is when Brahmaji's time expires, 100 years. Like this, he lives 100 years. Then Atyantika Pralaya is the one who realized the truth. For him, no more world. Now, Laya, when individuals sleep, it is called Nidra. And when the Lord sleeps, we call it as Yoga Nidra. Bhagavan Vishnu is always in Yoga Nidra. And at the Pralayavastha, the whole world is in an unmanifest condition, and that alone we call is Antaryami in the sixth mantra. Means the consciousness principle in dormant condition. We call it Karana Nama Rupa Samashti. This Antaryami alone is called Ishvara. Esha Sarveshwaraha, Esha Sarvajnaha, Esha Yonihi, etc. From this we come to know Ishvara is consciousness plus potential Nama Rupa or matter is called Ishvara. And out of this Ishvara alone the world come into existence. Therefore Ishvara is called Karanam. The world is called Karyam, and this arrival of this universe out of this Ishvara is called Srishti or creation. That's the sixth mantra, the topic of creation hidden in it. Prabhava apyayau hi bhutanam. The universe arises out of Ishvara, and the universe resolved into Ishvara. Means Srishti topic is hidden. Therefore, Gaudapada Acharya wants to make some remarks regarding creation. The theory of creation is a very, very important topic in every system of philosophy, called Srishtivadaha. Even for modern science, it is a very important topic. They call it as cosmology, the study of the origination of the universe. And we have got so many theories. Big Bang theory, steady state, string theory, etc. And no theory is comprehensively and satisfactorily explaining the creation. Therefore, even now the creation is a mystery. And therefore, Gaudapada Acharya wants to talk about the Vedantic theory of creation and also compare it with a few other theories given by other systems of philosophy. The first and foremost point that Gaudapada Acharya wants to emphasize is the word creation is the biggest misnomer, and it is the biggest misconception that is in the intellect of all people. As long as you base your theory based on the concept of creation, you will have varieties of problems. What is the basic conception? There is no creation at all logically possible. No creation at all. Even scientifically, you can never talk about a creation. This approach is called Ajatavadaha, which Gaudapada Acharya will elaborate later, but he wants to summarize in 4 verses. The very word creation is wrong. Why? Because scientifically it has been proved that matter cannot be created or destroyed. Even an ounce of matter no one can create. A carpenter is creating a table. Carpenter has only shaped the wood that already existing. He gave a name to the shaped table. Shaping and naming alone has been done. No ounce of matter is created. Nobody can create matter. What about God? Any law which is true to the human being is true to the Lord also. When I say matter cannot be destroyed or created, we can boldly add even by God. Then where is the question of creation? There are only 2 things. One is consciousness, which cannot be created, and the other one is matter, and matter also cannot be created. Then what is created? Nothing is created. When is the question of creation? We have never questioned our assumption. Based on our assumption, we further ask question, when did Bhagavan create? It is a wrong question because it is based on the assumption of creation. Then the question is, how did he create? Then why did he create this world and me also? The point is, why did he create me in this way and make me suffer? That is the question. The Lord seems to be a sadist. Therefore, even if he is there, I will not worship him. Therefore, when, where, how, and why, all these questions Vedanta refused to answer, not because Vedanta doesn't know the answer, because Vedanta says that the question is based on wrong assumption that there is creation. Then if at all we talk about a creation, we can maximum talk about another phenomenon which we can figuratively call creation. What is that? Since matter is always there, cannot be destroyed or created, the matter may remain in unmanifest form. And that unmanifest form can be changed into manifestation. This manifestation we figuratively call it as creation. Like taking oil from the oil seed. Oil was hidden in the seed, and by crushing the oil seed, I bring out the oil which was already existing. Similarly, tree and seed, etc. Therefore, what is called figuratively a creation is bringing out name and form from the avyakta, unmanifest, to vyakta state, manifest state. That is why in Gita, Bhagavan said, Avyaktat Vyaktayas Sarvaha Prabhavandyaharagame Ratriagame Praliyante Tatreva Vyakta Samnike. Hey Arjuna, I never created you. You have been there always. That is why it is always said about avidya. It is beginningless. During Pralayam, I was in unmanifest condition and I came into manifestation later. Therefore, Srishti is equal to Abhivyakti, means manifestation. Not knowing this, people talk about varieties of creation as though things have been created newly. Sarva bhavanam satam. All the things of the creation is already existing in the unmanifest form. Satam means existing. Sarva bhava means all the things and beings. And they alone are prabhavaha, brought to manifestation, which is wrongly called creation. As though they were absent before and as though they are freshly created. Why do we commit this mistake and where have we gone wrong? The reason is this: when a thing is in potential form, it is utterly useless, no utility value at all. Butter in milk you cannot use. If a thing is useless, it is as good as non-existent. Because if someone come and ask you, do you have butter? You may have milk but at home, but you don't say butter is there in the milk. In an unmanifest form, you won't say that. After manifestation, it is useful and therefore it has come to existence afresh. So manifestation is mistaken as newly coming into existence. Really speaking, it is not come into existence newly. Therefore, Gaudapada says, Prabhavaha, the origination is nothing but manifestation of things which have been already in existence in the third pada, the Karana Atma. And this Ishvara, what does he do? Sarvam Janayati Pranaha. Pranaha means in this context Ishvara, Antaryami, Sarvam Janayati, brings to manifestation all things. Purushaha also means Ishvara. Cheto sentient being, Sarvam indicates inert creation and Chetom should indicate sentient creation. Chetana and Achetana Prapancha, both of them that Ishvara creates. Prathak, distinctly. All the physical bodies and the subtle bodies were there in dormant form. It is brought forth into a manifest form by the Lord, like you get up from your sleep. Since not even an ounce of matter can be created, and therefore the body principle also must have been dormant. The only subtle, suitable example is dream world. You create in your dream both Chetana Vastu and Achetana Vastu, mountain, animals, etc. Both are created by you. Same way, Bhagavan also creates both. Vibhutim prasavam tvanye manyante srishti chintakaha swapnamaya sarupeti srishtiranyirvikalpita. Now, in the previous verse, sixth verse, it is made very clear that creation means manifestation of the already existent creation in potential form. Next topic that Gaudamadacharya wants to hint here is, this will be again elaborated later, is the nature of this manifestation. Manifestation of this creation is real or unreal. Gaudamadacharya wants to indicate that the manifested creation is not real but apparent, mithya. We will see that tomorrow. So, manifested creation is mithya. Like in dream. This is the topic. We'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.